Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with another Speaking My Mind episode. How you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a nice weekend. Normally I do these in batches, as you guys know. I hope you guys are finding them interesting, informative, or helpful. But it's kind of like I'm kind of doing some of this Speaking My Mind sort of stuff with my Good Morning live streams now since I've started doing them. It's be very interesting, but I still wanted to do a Speaking My Mind about it anyway. And I wanted to talk about Wales for those who don't watch the Good Morning show, so I can kind of just speak off the cuff a little bit more. So I went to Wales not too long ago, and different parts of the country. Didn't see all of Wales, obviously, but I saw a fair share of it. Went with my partner. Train. It's always got to be train. Went with my partner and went with my parents, the four of us, and we went to several different places for about 4 days, something like that in total was the trip. Yeah, it was like a Saturday. We left on the trip started on a Saturday or Sunday. God, I get my days mixed up. But anyways, it's like 3, 4, 5 days, something like that. 4 days max, I think it was. Yeah. So we went to several places. But before we even hit Wales, we went to Durham Park, which is a National Trust, on our way towards Bristol. That was the first stop we made. Great place, really, really lovely park. And it was a lovely sunny day as well. So we even had that. And they're also known to have wild deer in the park in Durham Park. And we were lucky enough to go and see them there, which is also pretty awesome as well. Absolutely beautiful place to go to. I do highly recommend checking it out. There's also this 18th century mansion that they have there as well, with some history there that's worth looking at as well. If you haven't seen that, do check that out as well. If you're a National Trust member, it's easy to go through, but if you're a non-member, it would have cost like 40 quid or something. Me and my partner were not National Trust members, but my dad had a voucher, so we were able to bypass paying luckily for us. So we were very, very fortunate in that regard. But yeah, it was absolutely great to go to. And then we stayed overnight in Bristol, where we had some relatives to see. And then we went off to Wales, and first place we went to was a place called Brecon Beacons, which is also a National Trust place, and it's got the mountains of Penllyn, which are very high mountains in Wales. Not the highest, obviously, in Wales, but we did the walk from that. Took a few hours to trek ourselves up there, but that was a wonderful day. We absolutely tired ourselves out from that. Stayed overnight in a Premier Inn. Do check out Brecon Beacons. It's a wonderful National Trust place. And again, we went on a Monday. That trip was on a Monday as well, and we're actually quite fortunate as well, because the day before they said, the staff at National Trust said the day before that it was jam-packed busy because of a Sunday. So on the Monday it was much quieter. There were still plenty of people, to be fair. There were still plenty of people doing the walk. But because it wasn't half term, because it was a Monday, wasn't that too bad. So we made it all the way up to the top of it, which was pretty awesome. Took lots of photos and all that kind of jazz. Interestingly though, because it's quite a couple of hours up there to get up there, and a few hours to come back, right? Coming back it wasn't as bad, but there's nowhere to, like, if you don't have a strong bladder, you end up, and you're being up there and you need to go, there's nowhere really you can go privately. Like, there's no bushes, there's no trees. You're kind of screwed, both men and women. I mean, I know it's worse for women, but you're kind of screwed up there. So when we were coming down, I noticed there was like a school trip think it was like 1 o'clock, half 1 in the afternoon. It was like a big group of school kids that were coming up. And I was just like, you're taking this bunch of school kids up there? And I'm just thinking, like, if they need to go to the toilet, they're not going to be able to go. That's going to be really, really bad for their bladders. So. But yeah, that was it wasn't too bad at the end there. And then we stayed at a place called Abigailsworth. I probably mispronounced today. I know some people have said in the comments that I've mispronounced this name. Lovely little town in Wales. Lovely town in Wales. They've got this rail cart that takes you up to the hilltops of the town, so you can see this nice drop view of the seaside town of it. I'm sure there's actually a lot more, to be fair, to do there than what we did, because we only spent half a day there. Because the other half we went to Snowdonia, which you get the rail cart that takes you all the way up to the mountains, to the highest peak one of the highest peaks in Wales, which was absolutely stunning. It was pretty extraordinary there. Abigailsworth is somewhere that I think me and my partner will probably plan to go back again, simply because we only spent half a day there, and I felt like there was more there than we know. Apparently, I wasn't aware of this. Apparently, you can get a train to Abigailsworth because there's a rail station there. So I might look into doing that in the future, getting the train there as a possibility as well. Radsgill Cliffs was another place we went to during our time in Wales as well. I believe that was another National Trust place. Went to a lot of National Trust places because, again, my parents are members, so it was kind of it was better. It's easy for that. It was very, very fascinating. I know there's a lot more to see of Wales, but to see some of the bits, some of the places and whatnot, I thought it was really fascinating. Funnily enough, throughout our whole time out there, I didn't really come across people literally talking Welsh around me. I think everyone I was listening, we could hear conversations and whatnot. Like, I was hearing nothing but English, and maybe it's just me wasn't paying attention or whatnot, but I didn't really hear much Welsh. Obviously, you saw the Welsh signs everywhere, but I didn't, language was not a barrier in any way, shape or form, because everyone speaks English in Wales anyway. But it was definitely a great trip, and definitely insightful. And I would say if you're somebody who's never been to Wales, it's definitely worth going to. Definitely some wonderful places. And I'm somebody who does love the seaside and whatnot. So I will recommend. I do highly recommend checking it out. Obviously, because me and my partner don't drive, we need obviously a chauffeur. My dad was, luckily enough, he was able to. He was properly okay with driving us around. And we're thinking about doing it for Scotland. The four of us for doing it in Scotland as well, so that's something we're thinking about. More along the lines of the west coast of Scotland more than anything. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below if you live in Scotland or travel to Scotland and whatnot, about some of the places I've been to. Interested to hear your thoughts on that. Don't forget like, share and subscribe what you guys thought of my thoughts. Thank you very much for watching if you watched this far, and hope to catch you all very, very soon.